Hi. So I have a book here that I really like. And on the end, you will tell me what you learn from it.
Folks, I am not a mean or hateful person at heart. I do have a darker sense of humor that occasionally devolves into insults of the satirically cynical variety, but they are reserved for only the most heinous hypocrites deserving of such ire. I would never, for example, make fun of a reporter with a disability for saying something I disagree with.
Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Maybe that's what I said.
That reporter he is talking about is Serge Kovaleski, who now works for the New York Times. As you can see right there, he suffers from a chronic condition that impairs movement of his arms.
Now, fortunately, this video is not about that sleazy Big Mac skin sack who has committed far worse atrocities than just being a breathing bag of human feces, but instead his immigrant wife, who apparently has her own El Salvadoran solitary cell waiting for her should she ever file for divorce. And before anyone thinks of calling this video petty, because Melania is an immigrant and English is not her native language, and it is beneath us to laugh at her attempting to read a children's book to kids at an Easter reading event on the White House lawn, where the children couldn't understand a lick of the words she was garbling out, I would just say, with all due respect, check your f***ing priorities.
If I had prisons that were teeming with MS-13 and all sorts of people that they've got to take care of for the next 50 years, right? Young people, they're in jail for years, and if you call them people, I don't know if you call them people. In some cases, they're not people, in my opinion, but...
Because that heinous hypocrite's words and his mail-order bride's complicit and deafening silence have consequences.
I don't give two shits that families are being separated. I don't give a shit. I'm actually fucking laughing at you, that you're sitting there crying for attention. Okay, I find you guys to be subhumans.
That's the kind of class act we're fighting against here at Really American. So if you too are sick of this and have moved past trying to be PC about MAGA or MAGA adjacent people, then by all means, drop a like, join the Really American resistance by subscribing to the channel, and let's get into it. I want to play for you some moments of this reading that Melania did at the White House lawn today for Easter, and I say this as someone who finds foreign accents actually very alluring, and I respect the blend of cultures that makes this country what it is. But when you juxtapose what I'm about to show you with the actions of this administration, I think it makes the responses that I'll share with you from the internet afterwards that much more cathartic.
What a beautiful crowd. Happy Easter. Hi. So I have a book here that I really like. And on the end, you will tell me what you learn from it. And the name is Bunny with a Big Heart. Does anybody know this book? Yeah? You do? Beautiful. So let's start. Bunny with a Big Heart. PJ Funny Bunny was a very busy bunny. He was always doing something. I'm going to the park, he shouted one morning. Then he raced out of the house, leaving the door wide open. PJ also left his dirty dishes on the table, his toys all over his bedroom floor, and Richie's raccoon's baseball mitt under his bed. Sorry, I'm late, said PJ when he got to the park. But PJ was always late. Where is my baseball mitt? Asked Richie. I will bring it tomorrow, said PJ. But that was what PJ said yesterday. That night, Honey Bunny asked PJ to watch a movie with her. It's the new Hoppy Bunny movie, she cried. But PJ didn't want to watch it. Those movies are for babies, he said. PJ thought only of himself. He was too busy to think of his family and friends.
Now, setting aside that is clearly the first time this woman has ever seen this book in her life, and the fact that baseball meat sounds more like a reach around in a dugout than an actual piece of equipment, I just think it is wild that she's reading a book about a narcissistic bunny who doesn't care about his family and friends and only does everything for himself to children, while her husband is sending people to El Salvador in prisons without due process, and making out damn near every foreigner to look like they're part of an MS-13 gang, regardless of where they're from or what their citizenship is. They say third time's the charm, but I would still be worried, Melania. So obviously the internet had a field day with this, and I'll read through some of the responses here for you, but also pay attention to the absolute double standard that the same maggots that make up the festering cesspool of Twitter throw back at this account for posting this. So the account is called Vote Blue 2024. They posted, "OMG, how embarrassing. Melania is reading a book to children for Easter. You need an interpreter just to understand her." And some of these replies are shallow, but some of them are absolutely great. Like this one, "I thought they were against Drag Queen Story Hour." Someone else saying, "And yet Barron learned to speak. Amazing what happens when you have a mother that is so intelligent she speaks multiple languages. What a gift for children to have a positive female role model and learn about accents as a gateway to understanding other language models." Yeah, honestly, I kind of agree. Except for some of the things. I don't know that she's a great role model, but yeah, like that's a pretty good take. I can hear Trump saying to his Ministry of Propaganda and Distractions, "Get Melania to read a book to the children. Be best." What? This guy clearly a maggot here saying, pump the hate brakes there, racist." The irony of you saying that is just mind-boggling. She certainly did not be best. Everyone be best, okay? And I wonder if the MAGA crowd accepted an immigrant first lady just because she is white. Just asking for a friend. And look, is it a little petty? Yeah, sure. I'll admit it. But frankly, I couldn't give less of a about that when you juxtapose it with watching Kilar Garcia's U.S. citizen wife sit next to Senator Van Hollen in damn near tears while having to listen to him talk about how her immigrant husband, who fled El Salvador because he didn't want to be involved with a gang, fled for his life, and is now traumatized and rotting in an El Salvadoran hellhole because of Melania's eventual ex-husband.
He said he felt very sad about being in a prison because he had not committed any crimes. When I asked him what was the one thing he would ask for in addition to his freedom, he said he wanted to talk to his wife, Joe. I told him I would work very hard to make that happen. I told him that in addition to his family, that all of you who are here today were fighting to bring him home.
And we here at Really American are also fighting to bring him home. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more updates on this, and to fight back against Trump and his regime in whatever way we can, right? If it's humor or if it's just getting the news out there. Drop a blue heart for Kilar if you made it this far. Let's get that man back. Let's get all of these people some due process, and let's get Donald Trump the out of our government and our lives. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse. I'll see you all in the next one.